Good evening and welcome to London, the city of martyrs. Tonight we have a scene in which Jonathan has gotten a short text message from his blood sibling. Very short message, just says, need to speak as soon as possible. That's pretty much what it says. And there's a place. It's not the old place. It's not the parking lot. It is even more like it's a bit out of the city. It's still within the city, but it's not too close to where you met her before. And yeah, it just says like a time, a night, and meeting place, and I need to see you as soon as possible.
He will waste no time in getting to the relevant location. He'll just text like, yeah, sure. Whatever, lol. Nah, he just text sure thing, and yeah, we'll make his way on over.
As you get to it, it's this place. It's like a dilapidated. Like this has been a council estate, but it's 10 years ago. It was that. It's not been used for a while. Like there is like it's been like either abandoned or just not in use. Maybe it's being renovated soon. Who knows? But yeah, you'll see Emily just. She's as you come up, you're fairly. You begin to feel the blood sympathy, and you begin to feel her. She's standing at a wooden bench, for a recreational area. There is one here outside some of these housing complexes. There is a little park, like a small playground, a little away. Here there are just some benches where people can sit and talk, maybe have a picnic or something. And you can see Emily standing up. She's pacing around, kind of pacing, and she's looking at something. And as you get closer, you begin to get this. You get washed over, almost. Like it's emanating. It's almost like it's pulsing out from her. As soon as you get a little close, you get this sense of dread is the best way to describe it. Fear for one's life that's pretty much it. Your blood sympathy is strong enough. You can tell. Something very much to that effect. And you can see she's pacing, but she just kind of stops ramrock, just straightens up, and you can tell she's probably something's just irked her. Probably the fact that you're near. She just looks around, and it just eyes you, and she just kind of just goes over and just puts whatever she has in her hand down, and she just tries to sit on one of the benches and just crosses her arms and just seems to look at you as you come closer.
Yeah, he'll just kind of approach and just say, "Hey there." Also, I should give over the course of the last few nights. Drawn in stark contrast to Emily, it's kind of come in waves. Like there have been times where he's been concerned. But most of what you've been feeling from him over the past 24 hours has been a sense of and we'll go back. Over the past couple of weeks, it's largely been frustration into contentment and almost satisfaction and even like a shred of happiness. Um, the but over the last 24 hours, it's largely gone from contentment to excitement and heavy contemplation.
Like,
not self-reflection, but very much thinking, like what people say when the cogs are turning in your head.
Well, when they're bragging, I'm thinking, oh, really? Yeah, like, what you've been vaguely feeling is this probably a bit less, like nervousness and unsettledness. And there was a peak of calm, of excitement, of like being content, but then worry again. She just stands there. You can tell like one of her hands are wrapped in something. Or she has a glove on one of her hands. She just stands there. Her arms are crossed, her hood is up, and she just says, "Right, I'm." You can tell that she is a mixture of confused and like she's not sure exactly. Like you almost get like, how the hell am I going to do this? But it's not thoughts, but like she seems just be confused for a moment. She just says, something's happened, okay? And I need, I've been given a task. I'm going to do it. But I'm going to do the honorable thing. I'm going to tell it to you straight. I must break you. I must. She kind of shakes her head very, very slightly as she's like trying to shake something off. And she just says, I have to do this.
No, you don't.
Sorry, I had to, by the way. The overlay. But yeah. And she just says, our sire has commanded that I do it.
Okay, I don't care what he thinks, and neither should you.
She, again, just, you can tell that she touches the nose of the bridge of her nose, and she just says, he awoke me in the middle of the day.
What the fuck?
Pulled me up off the ground during the day and told me I have to break you. If we don't challenge, if I don't challenge you, if I don't break you.
Challenge him. Fuck, he's the one making your life a living hell.
He is going to retake what he gave me. He's going to kill me. I need to do this.
We'll kill him. That's the whole point. That's what we should be doing.
And she just, she steps forward and kind of just slowly, like you can tell, like it's not frenzy, it's not rage, it's more like fear, and you can also tell there's probably something in her which that she's bloodbound. You can tell that it's very much this bloodbound that is just gnawing at her as she just puts her hands on your shoulders and she just looks at you and she just says, I can't, and she sinks, like swallows, even though she doesn't have to, and she just looks at you and just. He can walk during the day. We don't. We can't do. And she just, like you can tell that there's a lot of confliction in her mind because there's obviously something she's trying to do. Like I and then I will actually roll something now. Roll. I just need to see exactly.
Oh, what you're doing?
I will roll a willpower to see if she can actually say something she wants to say. That is 2 successes.
Cool. Actually, the 10s explode, so you get an extra dice to roll.
Oh, but I'm saying like
That's enough. I think.
she kind of just pulls you closer, almost into
he won't. He won't be touched by her. She's more or less stated she's gonna try and enslave him or kill him. So he keeps.
It's very slow, and it's not aggressive in any way.
Nah, John's too jumpy. I'm sorry. He's.
You will hear. She will whisper something, but you will hear it. You will just hear, "Help me," and you can see blood begins to form in her eyes. You can tell that there's like she's crying. Well, as much as a kindred can cry, but and she will just say, "I have to do it," and then you will see something very strange. She will just wink at you.
Does the blood sympathy tell me anything from here? Because I'm not getting it.
There is like you felt it as first you said we have to like we can kill him or we have to try to kill him or something like that. There's a slight change from dread to like hope is not really the word, but like the desperation just seemed to fade a little, and she just there is clear conflict, but you're quite certain that it's mostly the blood bond that is holding her back. But she just says, "I don't care what you do. I will do as my master commands." And she sounds very unconvincing when she says that.
John doesn't really know what to think because before she was crying, now she seems much stronger. He doesn't really know how to react. So he just takes a step back and looks very confused because yeah, he doesn't really understand how to deal with Emily's sudden shift in tone and body language.
You can tell that she just tries to get the blood out of her eyes, and she just fiddles with it a moment. And just seems to do it as well, quite awkward, but she tries to do it as subtle as possible. She just looks at you and just like he came to see me. He said he was disappointed. He said that I'm a continuous disappointment to him. And I have to break you, I have to challenge you. Or else he's going to make me meet final death. I don't want to die.
I think he wants us to fight each other and see which one wins, and then try and break that one. I don't think he can take the two of us. I don't think he would. He doesn't seem like the kind of guy that could suffer a total loss. I'm either his worst failure or his only saving grace. I figured out what he did to me. What he did to a lot of other people.
Wait, what? Like, when you were embraced?
I'm supposed to be a frothing, foaming at the mouth monster without will or humanity.
Emily pauses. You know this how? What do you mean, like someone who's lost their what are they called? Org or whatever they're called.
You remember the term blood thief, right? The old Carthian ruler.
Oh yeah, the guy we saw in the tunnels thing.
That soul leader. Made a deal with the wolf, allowed him to run a few experiments.
Ah, shit.
Wanted to see how dangerous you could make a kindred from the get-go. And of course, the blood thief, needing warriors for his new little crusade, was more than happy to throw a few lives into the ring to get the ball rolling. People like me were made to kill elders from the moment of our embrace. The cost of it is that we wouldn't have a will of our own, we'd just be animals. A lot of people died at the time of my embrace. I still don't know if that's supposed to be normal or if it's just the result of the experiment or both. But I know I'm not an animal now.
Fuck.
And I think he fucked with you because otherwise our blood wouldn't just be mingling in the middle of your fucking gym. Or just swapping or...
Look, I just don't... I don't want to talk about that. Please don't. she kind of face palms almost as she's just rubbing her forehead, and she'll just say, "Look, look." And she's whispering again. I controls me. I I'm not sure what he can make me do, but and she just I want this gone. I want to be my own. She gets like she stammers that out, but it's hard for her. It's not easy for her to say.
Yes. There's only one way to do that.
Well,
Maybe you get really good at hiding and then go into torpor for a few decades, or we
he can
take
he
the
can
more
walk in the
straightforward option.
daylight without any problem.
You say that you said he was at your home, right?
I sleep under a tree in the park.
How the fuck did he fall? How? I'm
That's
sorry, I'm missing something here because you would have. I'm assuming you weren't pulled out of the ground.
I was,
Wait,
but
how?
I don't know if you've seen this before, but if you sleep in the ground over extended period of time, the local vegetation, shall we say, just kind of helps you. I was pulled out in this tree of the tree's shadow, so I wasn't exposed to anything. It was uncomfortable. I probably spent the first 10 minutes just trying to block out all noises, smells, sights, everything. Crawled up in a ball, just trying to make it go away, but yeah. Besides that, yeah, I was able to hear after a while. Suffice to say,
He's getting desperate if he's putting so much pressure on you. God, dare I say, I think he might even be a little bit panicked. I don't even know the fucking guy.
he didn't seem panicked. He seemed gleeful.
Gleeful. The fuck has he got to be gleeful about? He's
I
so
don't know.
disappointed in you, and I'm running around doing whatever the fuck I want, and wants you to get me to come back into the fold.
Emily doesn't say anything. She just sits there, and as much as a kindred can express physically that they're afraid, she's doing that. Like you can tell, like she is legitimately freaked out, like very freaked.
And then instead, it just sounds like another part of the experiment. Shit. If only I had a way to find that piece of shit, he'd be gone in a heartbeat.
He's probably hearing what we say.
Fuck him, I don't care anyway.
Like, you'll see a very slight smile. And you get the sense of just envy of being able to say, I don't really care. Like, that sensation just seems to fill her with, like, really just jealousy, because she really wants to be able to say that. But you can probably tell why she can't even think that.
I'll think of something. I'll figure something out. I promise you that. May seem bleak now. They ain't gonna stay that way forever. I got your back in the most unconventional manner possible, you hear?
She kind of just shakes her head and says, I guess. I'm so terrified. I got it. But yeah, if that wasn't enough, bumped into fucking person I ghouled.
Oh,
No.
the fucking accountant?
Yeah, I did. He's a revenant now.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I'm still working on that. Apparently, the hunters got to him, did something to him that turned him into a very, very, very hungry person that came to me, know where I was, and said that he needed something from me, i.e., turn him into a full kindred. While we were discussing this, he suddenly looked around and thought, something's off. Wait a minute. And then he said, they followed him. You have to get out of here, run. And then I got in this fucking back alley. I got jumped by 3 hunters. I couldn't smell them. I couldn't fucking...
Nah, they're not detectable via kindred sensors. You can't do that.
Yeah.
It doesn't work on them.
Which meant I knew that they were fucking... She just shakes her head. Had that blood, meaning I couldn't do anything. So the guy collapsed. So I took him on, like, carried him on my back and then crawled up a building. They crawled after me. It wasn't easy, but I got it. I was getting away from them, but then a fucking sniper shot me.
What the fuck?
They surrounded me, but then I got the assholes back, so it doesn't really matter.
What the fuck happened to them? They're fucking militia. They're like a fucking terrorist group now.
Yeah, but don't worry. I took care of it. I simply took one by one of them and threw them off the roof.
That's not exactly what I mean.
They're still human. Yeah, they're still human. Like, they didn't really like falling down a lot.
What I mean is, if the model wasn't fucking dead, this wouldn't have happened.
Yeah, I was not in on that whole thing. I wasn't in on that whole thing. I didn't know he was your friend. I had very little idea what was going on at all.
That this is on the fucking banshees.
I told you not to trust those guys. Told you.
It's not even Astrid, it's just that other one. I mean, did you see what he did to the hound?
Uh, deoperized, right? Like, and she does the
He's
thing.
London's next blood thief. Like, as soon as the wolf is gone, he's next on the list. He can't stay as he is. He's a monster. He's a lunatic. If the Enlightened don't kill us, he will.
Shit. Right. Okay. First things first. I have to. I have
I
to. I have to do. I have to find another place to sleep. I have to. I have to. Fucking. I'll give you a heads up if I plan on doing something that will be to your detriment. But I'm gonna have to plan some things, just to.
I appreciate that. I do. I mean, I know it sounds like old and tired, but I do. I did have a couple of things I wanted to ask. Did the sheriff ever get back to you about Cassandra?
No, no, I didn't.
These fucking assholes have all left you out to dry. What a piece of fucking cunts. Like, I think he forgets he's just an enforcer like you. Like, you can just run the fucking show. Like, I have ideas on how to help you. It's not gonna be easy. It's uh, like I hate to be the guy to fucking say it will take a lot of work on your part because duh, obvious. And like you're already fucking stressed out enough.
I spent 3 years in a fighting pit, orchestrated by him, beating and killing other people.
What the
I'm ready
fuck?
to do a hard work. Okay.
All right. There's a clinic. It's run by the Enlightened.
She just narrows her eyes as she looks at you. Okay.
They're keeping Kindred hostage there, torturing them,
Really?
trying to break them in some way. I don't know why. Wouldn't even. It's fucking like. It's like the wolf if he had fucking government funding.
Do we? And you
They're
want to
trying to.
break them out? What
Yeah,
are these people like just newly,
I don't
or
know.
are these people
I'm.
from 10 years ago, or
I
what?
was gonna run. No, I think they're recent. But I don't know. I mean, that shouldn't really be relevant. They deserve better than this. Like fuck, even if they are monsters, like they should be put out of their misery. And if they're decent people, then they deserve fucking like. I mean, they deserve to live like everybody else.
Right, right, right.
You know,
Yeah, yeah.
this
I
fucking
totally get that.
and I. You know, I'm trying to do something good for this city. I guess in someone else's words, I want to make it modern. I want to make it human, and this is fucking neither. This is like some sort of twisted Frankenstein bullshit,
Right.
and
I
I want to find a way to break him out. I mean, I'm gonna work on finding a way in and all that shit. I mean, I could probably just fucking walk in for a checkup, like being who I am, right? Like, I mean, and actually, it's something that it does like you notice about John, and that yeah, he looks like he could literally pass for human.
Yeah, and you could tell like it's not much, but like in her mannerisms, Emily just also seems a little bit more, well,
Normal.
less monstrous.
She
It's
seems more
not
normal.
much. She's still pale-ish, but there is something there. There's a
I think he'd still be pretty pale at your
yeah,
humanity
she's very
level.
pale, but maybe it's like through the blood sympathy, you can also tell that there is like a slight difference.
Yeah, it's like particularly because they're both gangroid. Like she probably just feels less feral and bestial in general. Like her beast
Yeah.
has less of a presence through the sympathy.
Hmm.
Um, it, funnily enough, yeah, it might be not just more but less. More man, less beast.
A woman in her case, but yeah,
Yeah, I mean, yeah, more human,
yeah.
human, humane. Um, I just, I'd like do what you can to keep this between us for now. I mean, I understand like that. Obviously, you're under a lot of pressure from you know who. I mean,
Probably
some
knows already. I don't know what he knows, but
okay. I mean,
if there is a way to,
could
I want, and she can just, I told you before.
could you keep this on the down low between like in regards like okay, I'm just gonna be blunt. Please don't tell the sheriff.
I'm not telling him. Don't worry.
Okay, thanks. Like at least not yet. Maybe I'll drag him into this, but I don't know. He just I don't trust him. Something's fucking off about that guy. Always has been. Maybe it's just the fact that I mean, maybe it was just the fact that fight for others and all that jazz. But at the end of the day, he was just settling a grudge between two clans. I don't know. Maybe it's just me being paranoid, but I don't trust him. Particularly a guy who calls himself the sheriff of the Crimson Council. Like, I can't. I'd be pretty stupid to trust that at like face value.
I get it.
So I'm just gonna keep him. Yeah, we could just keep him out of the loop for the moment. To be honest, I'd rather see if we could get that Nosferatu. What was his name? Joseph?
Yeah, I got the well, now Revenant. Fuck.
I
I I
mean,
s- I stored him at his at the Shady Oaks. Like I don't know what to
yeah.
do with him, so I staked him and left him there for the moment because like I have no idea what to do. Like a lot
I
of
mean
this
the.
stuff is quite
Well, I mean,
looks around new to me.
the
Yeah,
council or the Vickies fucked him over, right? And yeah, I mean, we basically dragged his ass out of there. I mean, he does owe us a favor. He might be inclined to help us. I mean, probably not for nothing, but like at least for something. I guess if we could like say, well, I mean, we saved your ass. We're just asking you that you save all these other innocent people that are being fucking tortured and brutalized by like thugs and terrorists,
yeah.
fanatics. Shit. And I don't know. I'd like to get Astrid involved, but I don't know. I mean, she's really attached to her clan, and Like the two members of a clan I've seen in the fucking city. One of them was an absolute lunatic monster, and the other one was a lunatic monster that fucking ate the soul of the other lunatic monster, right? So it's not exactly good for building up confidence in their clan's reputation. I
I
mean,
know.
I'm fucking amazed. I mean, I can't believe she actually believe. I can't believe that she believes in them. Fuck.
Maybe she's not able to think clearly.
Maybe, but I mean, like that would have been the Hound, right? And he's gone. And she's still attached to this other guy. I don't know. Maybe it just wasn't apparent at the time. I mean, a lot did happen. Maybe she's figured it out now. I mean, it's not exactly something that's easy to hide when you're that. I mean, you could. All it took was one look at that guy to see how fucked up he was.
Well, it's kind of, it is messed up. It's,
But I want to see if I can get those people out. Maybe because I know a place. Because obviously we can't just take a ton of people out and like expect them to be fine, right? Like they might not have anywhere to go back to. You know, we could just get them out and then they burn in the sunlight the next day, and then everyone's just screwed. But I fortunately I know a place right where I can take them, so
right.
where they'll be safe and everything will be like all right for them, at least temporarily. Hopefully permanently.
I hope so. I really do. I don't know.
It's a fucking mess, but well, I mean, we've survived up until this point, right? We'll 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 live through tomorrow, and we'll just take it one step at a time, and fix things one step at a time.
You don't feel like Emily is very convinced of being happy or glad about any of this. She just feels very concerned, very concerned in many different ways. But she does nod and just kind of, and she just says, "Right, yeah, I'll see you later." As she just nods at you and just seems to just she doesn't really as much walk to somewhere in particular. She just seems to just walk away and just you will hear like like you get the clear sensation that she's not feeling this. She's not happy about this. She's just she's very close to giving up in more than one way, but maybe there is just a little bit of hope there.
John will just kind of see her walk away, and he watches her all the way until she's gone, and he even waits like a minute after that, and then we'll begin walking back down the opposite way. Because even though she showed a lot of strength today, and you can feel like through the blood sympathy that he is proud of you for doing that. Like it's probably like the first real positive reinforcement from him that you've gotten ever. But that was really genuine. Like it wasn't like that sort of feeling of you met the bare minimum. It's like like there's a real degree of respect there that kind of is emphasized through the link.
Mm.
There's also a bit of paranoia, but there's always that contemplation in place. Like it's clear that he's thinking on what you've told him. But he will as that all occurs, he will go his separate way and begin walking back to from whence he came.
And with that, These two, well, both people under a lot of stress. Um, these two kindred, as they part ways, the scene will come to a close. Thank you very much, players, for playing, and watchers for watching. Good night.